to talk about the inevitable pattern of solving problems by replacing them with new ones. This is a joke that I crack from time to time at work, which my boss doesn't really find funny very often. But it's the going joke is, what do you do for a living? I'm a software developer. Well, what is that? I'm like a computer programmer. Well, what is that? I take problems, old problems, and replace old problems with new ones. That's what I do. I come in and we have our internal company software. And when there's a bug or a glitch or an error or they need a new feature, then I go in and I either fix the glitch or I add a new feature. But inevitably, something goes wrong with software and something always needs fixing. So it's the equivalent of like a mechanic for a car, right? A car is never 100% perfect. There's always these little idiosyncrasies with a car. The more you get your car worked on, the more stuff you're gonna notice, right? But it's kind of a funny joke, because a lot of times when we sit around in the engineering rooms talking about the problems that the company is facing technologically, we start brainstorming solutions. Well, how about we do this? Let's add a few more database tables and track statuses with this or the other. We're going to add an additional user interface for blah blah blah. So we're sitting there trying to figure out how to add push button resettle. I don't know shit about accounting. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Something about a journal, and that's all I know. But the problem comes with whenever you add a button. For every button you add, you're solving a problem and creating a new problem of what happens when that button gets clicked at the wrong time. Well, now there has to be an undo process. Whenever you're settling 47 million lines of transactions, that's kind of a big deal when it comes to money, because that's not $47 million, that's 47 line items. So my solution, my proposed solution was, look, don't go adding big red buttons. They tend to do big red button shit. How do they know that an error occurred? Why don't we put that into the process to begin with and have it checked before it ever pulls the data in? If there's any errors, we don't do anything. We email them straight up. Click here to look. And so then they click. Think differently. So you can't solve a problem by replacing it with new problems. When you build a solution, whatever it is you built is going to have problems. For everything you build, there will be a problem. Don't replace problems with new problems.
Remove the problems.
Right? So you don't think in terms of, I need to do something to fix this problem, because that mode of thinking generates more problems, and this is how you end up overwhelmed in life. The way you get rid of problems is exactly that. You get rid of the problem. You remove the problem. You don't move it. And you don't build something brand new and drop into the place of the old problem, because then all of a sudden you got new problems that you weren't prepared to deal with. And now you got to figure out some new shit. And then as you're figuring out the new shit, you got to build solutions to each of those, and then each of those solutions also has problems, and before long you're licking the windows. I'm not doing that. There's literally a car right next to me. I'm not gonna lick the window just to make a joke for a video, but I thought about it. You hear what I'm saying? You can't replace problems with new problems. When you construct a solution, when you think of a constructive solution to a problem, that construction will have new problems associated with it that you have not discovered. Because chances are, this solution that you're building chances are that problem is already associated with the way that you solved a previous problem. Right? We tried going on a bike ride the other day, and we couldn't because my wife's bicycle tire was flat. And I didn't know what to do about that. Oh well. No, it was flat. We tried airing it up. I had the big T-pump, looking like I'm detonating dynamite in a Looney Tunes cartoon. Nothing working. The valve stem, I guess, was broken, so it doesn't hold any air, like at all. So, and I don't have the repair kit for that. So, but that's a new problem that has to be solved. I now find myself having to learn how to repair a valve stem for a bicycle tire. Well, why do I have a bicycle to begin with? Well, because as wives tend to do, they want to have family time for some reason. I don't know why. And a couple of years ago when the girls were babies, she had the genius idea of getting one of these pull behind a bicycle little wagon stroller things, and the sell on it was the selling point was that, well, you can detach it and use it as a jogging stroller. Why, yes, because I would love to jog with a rolling kite full of children in front of me. I don't even jog without one. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, thank God for this jogging stroller. I've been wanting to just run for years, but I never could because it's just me. No, right? So we get the bicycles, we get the bicycle stroller trailer thingy, we put the big bouncy orange flag on the back of it, and you bet your ass I attached it to her bicycle, not mine, because fuck that. And we went on one bicycle ride, and then she learned why I was opposed to the idea. And so it sat in the garage for a couple of years, until the other day, when we were like, oh my God, we should just totally be miserable again. So we pull everything out of the garage, we get the helmets, the girls have outgrown their helmets, god damn it. So we get everything set up, we get all the water bottles, we get, the girls strapped in, she gets on her bicycle, front tire's flat. Damn it. Pump, 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 detonate crates upon crates of dynamite. I'm showing off my brawn and masculinity. And no, it was a total shit show, right? So we had to go put everything back up. Meanwhile, my neighbors across the street sitting in a lawn chair drinking a beer like, honey, come watch the hearts. How's that stroller? Yeah, I love the orange flag. Yeah, so that was my life. It's like literally the neighbors across the street decided to pull out all their bicycle stuff and then put it back in the garage in a more disorganized fashion. You remember those days? So, my neighbor's a character, for sure. Anyways, he didn't really do that. The truth of the matter is he just walked out. He wears camo, like he's always in camo. I don't know why. He walks out and he gives us this look. How's it going? I'm sitting there pumping. Great! Never happier! Pumping up tires for my wife's torture device. Yeah, we'll have fun with that. Oh, I will, thanks. So all of this to say, to get back to the whole point, you have to think about, for everything you do, there's going to be pros and cons to everything, and I know that sounds simplistic. But if the cons are something that you have to weigh the pros and the cons, the good and the bad. But then you have to take it a step further. Because with the bad, you have to think about, will that be something that I need to solve in the future? And if so, I need to stop here and immediately evaluate if this is something that I should do right now. Because we like to pay attention to only the positive and just sort of ignore all the bad stuff, because bad things are real and they definitely exist, and those things will probably happen, but we try not to focus on that because we want to worry about just all of the pros over here and all the things that are going to make us happy. And then you get into your groove, you get whatever it is, and you're like, God, this is why we can't have nice things. Well, you bought it knowing it. See how that works? So you have to stop yourself and you have to think, is this worth considering introducing new problems into my life? And can I address those problems ahead of time? Like if I had just bought a god dangified valve stem repair kit when I bought the stupid bicycles, then I would have been on the driveway even longer and my neighbor would have had an even bigger laugh as I tried to fix it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, or share. I'll see you on the next video.